Welcome everyone to another episode of In Tune with T Mill. I'm your host, T Mill. We are live from the Rocket City. Nothing will change until you change something. We are here to change the status quo one more time, and in a big way, with the executive director of Under the Oaks Enrichment Center and Under the Oaks Charter School, Evelyn. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, because ain't no telling what time folks are watching this right here. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing great, better than I deserve. We are here to talk about education and options and a better, depending on how people think of it, because people need options and people want different ways and different, dare I say, different journeys and different roads to their child's education. And sometimes things don't always work the same at every school. So we have public schools, we got private schools, we've got magnet schools. We're here to talk about charter schools with Evelyn of Under the Oaks Enrichment Center and Under the Oaks Charter School. So it's Huntsville's first public charter school. Is that right?
Yes.
Outstanding. So how did this come to be and what brought you through it from idea to actually making it happen?
All right. Last October, it became just an intimate conversation between me and God. So it's no way in the world I could talk about this without giving you my faith journey, because all of this was faith. None of this was me. I didn't have this grand idea one day and say, "Ooh, let's start something new. Let's do a charter school in Huntsville City." I did not. Actually, we were not coming for Huntsville at first. When I got the idea, I had every intentions on doing it in Limestone County. We found the land, we got the architecture, we got the building team, we got the as far as the floor plans together. We had this idea of the 64,000 square foot facility built on Morrisville Road. We had already to canvass the neighborhoods. All of this was for Limestone County. And then God said, clear as day, no, Madison County. And I was like, God, no, we all got it all together. We're good to go here. And he said, no. So he made sure those plans fell through not once, but twice, where I had no choice but to be obedient. And I was like, okay, God, all right, I guess we're going to Madison County. I guess we're going to Huntsville. God had already orchestrated it where I had an in-person at the State Department where she was walking me through this entire process, the application and all. So I called her up and I was like, hey, we're changing the district and where the school is going to be planted. And that's when she informed me that Huntsville still has an existing desegregation order. And she said, you can't put a charter school in Huntsville City. And I said, no disrespect, but God said this is where the school is going to be. And she said, there's no way you're going to get an approval for a city with an opening desegregation order. And I said, I got to be obedient. And I said that I've already tried to be disobedient. And again, not once, but twice did those plans fall through. So here we are, Huntsville. And she said, well, where are you going to put it in Huntsville? I said, I don't know. And then somehow in conversation with my barber and my grandmother, they directed me towards 654 Discovery Drive. So I made a phone call to the John Blue Holdings family to ask them, can I tour the facility? And that's how we ended up with a building. The building was actually previously a school that did not pan out. And I walked the building, and just like God had already told me, the building that I would give you in Madison County will already be prepared for you. So this building that was previously a school already has the desk and chairs that we would need. And when I say prepared, you can walk into the classroom and they're ready. They're ready for students. I mean, that you couldn't get more prepared than that. So God kept his word. He said that if you go where I tell you to go, then I will take care of the way and I'll prepare your way. And he did just that. And on March 19th, we got the keys to this building, this 53,626 square foot building in Madison County, just like God said that we will be. We actually got the keys to the building before we ever got our first approval. We got approved May 12th, we got approved. Conditionally approved, of course, because of the outstanding desegregation case that is still open in Huntsville City. And that is actually still our fight right now. We were given until June, where we were given a 60-day extension And honestly, due to poor representation, we were not able to get in front of the judge before those 60 days expire. So 90 days expire. So when September 15th came along, we were still out in limbo and we haven't had that chance to go before the judge. Huntsville City submitted a letter to the state saying that our charter school may hinder the desegregation case. But I'm here to inform you, our school is right now designed to fit 132 kids. Based off of the 10-mile radius of our location of the surrounding elementary schools, there are 800 to 956 kids at every last one of these schools. Is no way possible 132 kids could hinder that desegregation order. So us taking 132 kids from, if it was just those schools. But again, that's not our goal. My goal is not just Huntsville City. Our goal is the whole surrounding areas: Harvest, Tony, Hazel Green, Meridianville, Decatur, Trinity, Athens, Madison. So how can one school hinder one school district when this is a school of choice? A charter school, anyone in the North Alabama surrounding can choose to come to this school once you see that it is a school that is built for you, by you. We're listening to the parents. We're listening to the children. What do you need to be successful in school without having to pay a heavy price for it? That's the joy of charter schools. That is a public funded school that all you do is have to choose to invest in your kids by registering them. That's all. In Huntsville City, it seems like they're more against it because it takes away kids from their school. And that is not meaning that we're out to hurt them. It's a political game. Sad to say, it's money. That if we take one kid from their school, they're looking at, well, that's thousands of dollars you just took from this school. We're not after the money. We're after the change. We're after the change that this school can bring to your families, to the next generation that have to run this world. I don't want to hinder the deseg order, but I also do not want to hinder the next generation. I want at least my legacy to be that I implemented a change in a city that desperately needs it. The fact is, right now, Huntsville City is growing so fast that 19 people a day are moving to this city. 19 people a day. Where are they going to live? Where are they going to go to school? We do not have the capacity for those students right now. But if you allow this charter school to break the ground and make history, we could be part of that change. And then next we can go back to Limestone County and we could put a school there on Morrisville Road. But I need your help, Huntsville. I need your help, Madison. I need your help, Athens. I need your help, Tony, Hazel Green, Meridianville, Harvest. I need your help. Enroll your kids in the school. Be a part of this change. Show up to our next town hall meeting and allow us to be the very difference that we desperately need.
Absolutely. Now, when is the town hall meeting, and also where do they go to enroll?
You can drop in the comment section and you can click the link below, or you can go to www.undertheoakscharterschool.org and you can go to that pre-registration form that is on the top of that page. And our next town hall meeting is going to be the second Saturday in December 13th at our building in the back in our conference room, 654 Discovery Drive, Northwest, Huntsville, Alabama, 35806. December 13th at 2:30 p.m. is going to be our next town hall meeting. Please be in attendance to this meeting. This is the change you are desperately asking for, and allow us to build this school for you and by you. I need to hear from you, parents. I need to hear from your students. I need to hear from the teachers that are also desperately needing a different work environment so that they can be innovative in their teaching, so that they can change the way that their curriculum is being taught out. I need your help, and I'm inviting you to be a part of this change.
Now, also, I want people to think about, when you say 132 students, I think it's also a benefit for having the option for smaller class sizes or smaller schools, because we see these schools. Some of these schools, there's 500 kids, 300 kids. It's only 6-7 hours of instruction in a day, if even that much. And a lot of students, and I'm talking as a parent, all three of my children learn differently, night and day from one to the other. One, you can show them one time and they got it. The other one, you got to show them 12 times before they get it. The other one, you got to show and tell and explain it, and then they have to get it wrong before they get it right. So there's different learning styles from one child, one student to the next. And now we have options, because if you have a magnet school, or if you have a public school, or if you have a charter school. To me, that's what it's about. It's about options and having the ability to say, you know what, we tried this school. Now let's try a charter school. Or we've always wanted a charter school, and maybe that's their preference. Just as when some parents that I've known all my life and their kids, they've always been in private school, or they came up in private school, and that's their preference. So it becomes those options and having the ability to give your child the best education and the best route wherever you see fit. But if the options are limited, then you're only subject to whatever's being offered to you. And I love the fact that y'all are coming in with a different engagement, a different approach, and a smaller class size or a smaller school is able to really give that one-on-one approach and instruction with the students for the students to feel seen, for the students to feel heard and not lost in a sea of 40 students in one class or 300 students in one school. When some of those kids can kind of become lost, not to say that schools are doing it, but there's a lot of students to keep up with. And especially if you have classes where there's disruption, or if you have classes where, you know, the students are just learning a little bit different and it's just taking too long to get everybody to settle down, or not everyone learns the same way in that class. You got 40, 30 kids in a class, they're all going to learn 4 or 5 different ways. So I love the fact that this is what y'all are offering for these charters, for the charter school here. What do you think are some of the unique needs or opportunities that you see in Huntsville schools or in the Huntsville community that your school is going to aim to meet? What are some of those unique needs?
The reading and math scores, when we did our research, they are terribly low. I mean, it's kids that are making it all the way to high school and they still can't read. And one of the examples I've given on more than one occasion, it's not just Huntsville school system. So we got to make sure we pull that out. Not just going against Huntsville school system. We're talking about the Limestone County. We're talking about Athens City. We're talking about out in the Harvest area. It is Meridianville school system. Our reading scores are too low to be considering that we're doing something effective. Somewhere down the line, something is being dropped, the ball is being missed, and I'm sad to say, it could be, like you said, overcrowded classrooms. I mean, if you got 30 kids to a class, how can you pick up that, you know, Aiden and Amber didn't get it, you know? And it's like, okay, well, I noticed those are the only 2 that didn't get it, so I can't be doing anything wrong because the other 18 or the other 28 did get it. But that's not the case in our school. No one is going to be allowed to be left behind. I know we've said that for years, no child left behind. But at Under the Oaks, if you don't get it, we're going to notice. If you don't get it, we're going to become hands-on. If you don't get it, we're going to come up with a plan to make sure that you do get it. That is our goal. That is our whole purpose, is to make sure that you get it. So once we noticed that the reading scores were terribly low in the North Alabama area, we was like, okay, how can we fix this? And like you said, that preferences does matter. A lot of people choose private schools for their preference because they know their child's not going to get left behind. They know that is not an option in a private school because they got a status quo to keep up. They can't, you know, say, well, I left Amber and Aiden out. No child is going to pay you to leave their child behind. So with this charter school, we're going to give you the benefit of a private school without you having to pay tuition, because we're not leaving anyone behind. And you were talking about instructional time in the day. We have 3 days of instructional time. Thursday is purely review day. If by Friday your child does not have it, we break off in small groups. We're not going to let it just slide that your child missed something. We're going to see why your child missed it, and they create a different way of getting to them so that they don't continue to miss it. So
outstanding. Now, what does it mean to you to be a Black woman leading this new education and institution in the city and around surrounding areas?
It's scary. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of humbleness, because I've seen what this does turn out. God has already shown me that His will happen. This school will take place. This school will be the change that Madison County desperately needs. So sometimes it's scary being on that side of change, you know. That does require you to be in the spotlight. That does require you to always have your head on straight. And you could never lose your cool, even if it is people against you making this happen. So being a Black woman on this side, I trust that God already has me. His grace and his mercy has definitely kept me. And his favor is, oh my goodness, it's all over the school, you all. That shows you, if nothing else, it shows you just how much he loves you, how much he loves your family. That God has taken time out of his schedule to sit down and design a school. This is not a Christian academy, let me make that clear. But it is built by faith. And the only way that this school can exist is if obedience was met. Obedience and if faith took over.
The executive director of Under the Oaks Enrichment Center and Under the Oaks Charter School. Evelyn, tell them again how they can sign up, how can they enroll, where can they go for more information, and when the next town hall meeting is.
All right, down in the comment section is a link directly to our pre-registration link on Google Docs. You can also go to www.undertheoakscharterschool.org. On the top of the page, you can click a link that'll go to our pre-registration. And December 13th at 2:30 at our location, 654 Discovery Drive, Northwest, Huntsville, Alabama, 35806. That is our next town hall meeting. Be in attendance. Ask whatever questions you may have. Not only will I be there, our board would be there, our team leadership would be there. Our parent liaison would be there. We have a parent liaison on our board that is her sole job is to hear parents out so that our school will be designed for you and by you. So please be in that meeting so that you can be a part of this change. Invest in your child's future and just register.